Welcome to episode 207 of the XS Noize Podcast, where we focus on in-depth interviews with musicians, artists, and people involved in the music industry. I'm your host, Mark Millar. Thanks for listening. In this episode, I chat with Cracknell of Saint Etienne to delve into the stories and inspirations behind their latest album, The Night. If you missed the previous episode, I spoke to Rob Fleming from Killer Star. So check it out. And if you like the podcast and would like to support it, please subscribe for free on your favorite listening platform, give us a rating and leave a comment, or email mark@xsnoize.com. Saint Etienne's 12th album, The Night, offers an ambient escape from modern life's chaos. A follow-up to 2021's album, I've Been Trying to Tell You, it delivers layered tranquillity and immersive storytelling, capturing the essence of the after hours. In this episode, Cracknell takes us behind the scenes of writing and recording the album. She shares her top 5 Saint Etienne songs and much more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the XS Noize Podcast with Cracknell of Saint Etienne. So hi, Sarah. Welcome to the XS Noize Podcast.
Hello.
Saint Etienne are to release your 12th studio album, The Night. So what inspired the ambient theme of The Night, given Saint Etienne's signature blend of indie pop, electronic and dance influences?
I think we wanted to make a record that was almost like one long track, with a sort of general mood running all the way through it. And I think we, especially Pete and I, have got slightly older kids who are currently sort of leaving home and stuff like that. So I think that we wanted to write a little bit about having kids going off, fleeing the nest. Like both of mine are in London, and about how that makes you feel and the things that you remember from when they were small and having to sort of let them go and spread their wings and all that sort of thing. So we had a bit of that going on in the background. And I think we were quite affected by, it was the first album we'd done since the COVID thing. And because the album prior to this one was recorded sort of remotely, we'd send ideas to each other and stuff. And this one, we were actually together. Especially for me, I did most of my recording on this record up near Bob in West Yorkshire. And for me, the mood of that area of the country sort of impacted, some of the lyrics and just the sounds that we used and stuff. Oh, yes, that's what it was all about, really.
And how did it feel actually being in the studio again, as you say, after recording the last album remotely?
Yeah, no, it was really nice. There's only, I don't know, there's only so much you can do without batting ideas around and standing together and listening to mixes and things and going, what about moving that there, or shall I sing that bit over? You know what I mean? It's easier to explain things when you're all together. And the fact that we're all sort of staying in Bob's house all together and eating together, getting up in the morning, having breakfast together. And it really helps the whole process, I think.
The album's relaxed vibe makes it feel as if you recorded the vocals lying down. I mean, did you approach the recording process differently or adopt a specific mindset to achieve this atmosphere?
I think the mindset for me was about not trying to be too perfect, but just making sure that I was singing and I believed in what I was saying, you know what I mean? Or I was feeling what I was saying. And, sometimes it's good to keep mistakes in and stuff like that. And just because you can't replicate the feeling, if you try and polish up vocals and stuff, polish up singing, you can lose a lot sometimes. That's an excuse for my sound crap singing, but no.
How did the collaboration with composer and producer Augustin Bousfield, is it?
Yeah.
How did that come about, and what was the dynamic like in the studio with him?
Well, he's a lovely, lovely man, and he lives near Bob. So Bob, he's a friend of Bob's, and he's really easy to work with. There's no egos flying around from anyone. That's one of the reasons I think that Saint Etienne have been going for so long. And he's also very useful for us, a sort of multi-instrumentalist, which is always very handy for us because we don't really play very much. And he likes the same kind of things, and he has a good ear, and he understands us, I think. And yeah, had a lot to contribute.
Can you tell me briefly, can you walk me through how a typical Saint Etienne song comes together from concept to completion in the studio?
It does vary a lot, to be honest. We all generally contribute to one song. Sometimes someone will do a song themselves, whatever. But generally speaking, we put ideas all together. And what we do, the way it works best, I think, is when we start an idea at home, whatever, and then we share it, and then we add to it and get it to a certain point, and then come together in the studio and record properly and finish it off and share ideas there. That's a good way to work, I think. I like working like that. I love being in the studio and batting ideas around, and it's really fun.
I'm sure. Let's talk about some of the songs. On the opening track, Settle In, you say, when you're 20 or 21, you have so much energy and belief. Will there be gold? Tell me my fortune. Time flies. It slips and slides. All roads lead to here. And that just sums up the whole album, I think. It's about youthful energy and belief, about seeking guidance and success and acceptance of life's journey to get you where you are right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does, it was meant to set up the album lyrically. And it is about that. That's what the theme of the album is about: youth and experience and growing older. And yeah, that's what it's about, really. That is what it's about.
How were you feeling when you were 20 or 21? What did you think was in front of you? What were your plans?
What was I doing when I was 20, 21? I think I was at that point still, I was in a band, another band with a friend of mine, Mick. We'd been in bands together since I was about 15. So I was still doing that. But shortly after that, I went to a drama school and decided I wanted to be an actor. But I was reaching that point, I think. I think because we'd never got a deal, and we got a bit despondent, been doing gigs for years, and it just kind of wasn't happening. And so I was probably going, right, what shall I do? I think I'm going to go to drama school, So that was exciting to move on and try something different. And then, of course, as soon as I came out of drama school, I met Bob and Pete, and that's that. So back in to music again.
Yeah, and the first track you recorded with the band was Nothing Can Stop Us, which was the first track I ever heard from Saint Etienne, and it's still one of my favourite songs. It's absolutely tremendous. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
It's amazing. What can you remember about recording that track?
Well, I remember thinking that it was just going to be that track. That's the abiding memory. I thought, well, this is novel, doing one song on. Oh, I love this song. I thought it was brilliant. Loved it. But I had no idea, I'll be sitting talking to you now, many, many moons later. And I'd heard Only Love, I bought Only Love Can Break Your Heart. So I knew of Saint Etienne, and I loved Only Love Can Break Your Heart. It was brilliant. And so I was very excited. I was quite shy. It was quite a big deal for me going in the studio with them. And they've got like their own language, because it's all grown up together. And so they'd sit in the corner of the studio tittering away, giggling. And so often I think they were laughing at me or something, but they weren't. They just got some stupid joke. I don't know, something. And unfortunately now, I just sit tittering in a corner with them myself, It's,
You've mastered that language.
I have, yeah.
Back to the new album. I think my favourite song on it is Pre-Flight.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fantastic tune. What can you tell me about
The lyrics on that are Pete's, and it's about one of his children, his daughter actually. And the first time I sang because he told me, it's about my daughter, blah blah blah, and so I burst into tears because it's so moving. It's about allowing yourself to let go,
Yeah.
as a parent, and it's like bloody hell heartbreaking.
Was there a particular song on the album that came together in a surprising way?
Ooh, maybe Alone Again. Is it Alone Again? I keep getting the title wrong. The last song. It is Alone Again. Yes, thank you. Hurrah! Because we have working titles, and then we change them, and then you end it with the final title. And I'm always a bit like, what is it today? What's it called today? I don't know. And but yeah, that one came together very much in the studio, in the moment, like vocally and stuff. So yeah, that one was quite unique like that. Yeah.
Are there any specific tracks on the night that hold a special meaning for you?
Well, yeah. I'm going to make me cry now. No, but When You Were Young is yeah, that one.
yeah. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, that's a great track.
Yeah,
I don't want to make you cry.
Yeah, please.
I don't want to do a Piers Morgan. Yesterday, I listened to the album while driving in the dark and rain, and it really relaxed me.
Yeah,
really, really did. What kind of setting would you suggest being the perfect environment to listen to the album?
Well, actually, exactly what you just described. I was talking to someone the other day, and they said that they listened to it on their way to work. They have to get to work really early, and the street lights are still on, and when it's just beginning to get light, that kind of mood. And so, yeah, pretty much what you said, I think.
And what's a perfect night for you these days?
Perfect night for me. God, I've got to go out tonight. Ugh. Anyway, I'm going out to see Confidence Man tonight, so that'll be fun. What's my perfect night out? I actually really love going out for dinner with friends or to the pub with friends, a small group of friends, just chatting, that kind of thing. That's my perfect night. Pretty boring, I know, but my clubbing days are kind of over.
Yeah, I'm the same. I prefer to just sit in the pub.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Is there any plans for a tour or live performances that will bring the ambient atmosphere to the stage?
We're not planning on any gigs yet. We've got another album coming out in the summer, which we're just finishing recording now. And and that's quite up tempo and sort of poppy and dancey. And so I think that we will do gigs next year at some point, and maybe the year after, depending. Yeah, that's
good.
what I.
And the new album's coming along okay, is it?
Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. It's very exciting to have 2 records out within a year, within 6 months or something.
No, I look forward to that. Saint Etienne have released 12 studio albums prior to tonight. So I'm going to mention a couple, and I just want you to, if you can tell me briefly what comes into your mind when I mention each one. So we'll obviously start off with Foxbase Alpha.
Yeah, Foxbase Alpha it's like a melting pot of every idea that Bob and Pete has ever had and wanted to put on a record, really. And for me, I particularly love Foxbase Alpha because of that. It's just, they never thought they were going to do another album. So they just went, quick, put everything in there, kitchen sink, a lot. And it really works for me. It's joyful, I find.
Yeah, classic album.
Yeah.
So Tough.
Wow, So Tough. What do I think about So Tough? Travel. So yeah, it was kind of like a travelogue to us. And we were doing a lot of traveling around that time as well. So yeah, and I felt, obviously, with that album, I felt a lot more sort of secure within the band kind of thing. So it was good, exciting.
Yeah, that was your first sort of fully fledged album, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A quite similar album, actually, than the latest one, Sound of Water.
Oh God, what do I think of Sound of Water? Oh God, is that the one we did in Berlin with the? I can't remember with the Robert Liphock, yeah. Yeah, well, it just makes me think. Actually, if it is the one we did in Berlin, which I think it is, sorry, I've got the worst memory of anybody ever, let alone the worst memory of everyone in the band. But all I would say it was freezing. Just like me think of being freezing cold. Well, there you go.
And last one I'll mention is Home Counties in 2010, 2017.
Yeah, home counties. Well, obviously, I grew up in home counties, and Bob and Pete grew up sort of ish home county, sort of south of Croydon somewhere. And let me record that. You see, I'm so useless. Oh God, I can't really remember. Anyway, just it reminds me of the home counties. It's a very specific thing to have grown up in the home counties, and that it takes me back to my childhood, where I grew up, the environment I grew up in.
If people want to understand the music of Saint Etienne, what are the 5 songs they should listen to?
Oh my goodness. I would say definitely listen to Sylvie, for good humour. I would say listen to God, this is a tricky question. You've got me going now. I can't. I'll say something from current album. I'd say listen to Nightingale, because I think it's got that melancholy, sweet thing that we like. We enjoy that feeling. Again, Nothing Can Stop Us. We'll go back to that because, as I said, it's kind of joyous, and that's something that we like as well. Oh, how about have you ever heard Burnt Out Car?
Yes.
Yeah, Burnt Out Car, because that's, again, it's sort of like slightly sort of sinister disco kind of vibe going on there, which I like. Wood Cabin is a good one because that's spooky.
Yeah, it is.
Spooky. Is that 5?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You.
Yeah. All belters, all belters. Just a few more questions, Sarah. I like to ask my guests the following questions.
Uh-huh.
For us music fans, music is the soundtrack to your memories. What song or album, when you listen to it, brings back the best memories for you?
Wow. What? Let me think. Best memories. Probably an album by the Cocteau Twins called Victoria Land. I don't know if you've.
Yeah.
I played that to death. Absolutely played it to death, and it was a good age. I'm trying to think how old I was as I'm sure you're aware now. A really bad sense of time, what year things. I'm useless, but what was good? I think I was listening to it a heck of a lot when I'd moved to. This is not when the record came out, but this is when I listened to it a lot. I'd moved to a flat on North Pole Road in West London on my own, and I think it was the first time I'd lived on my own, like ever. And I used to play Victoria Land over and over, and so it reminds me of that, really.
Yeah, what a great that's a great album. There's Fraser's voice. Just
Oh, I
amazing.
know. She's the best.
I remember first time I heard him and I was going like, what's she singing? And then I was like, just gobbledygook. It was amazing.
And it doesn't matter, does it?
No, but it sounded brilliant.
Yeah. No, she's amazing. Love her.
Yeah. If you could place one song, yours or someone else's, in a time capsule to be discovered 100 years from now, what would it be and why?
Wow. I'm in a time capsule. I'm always going on about this record, but anyway, I reckon if you put Rock On by David Essex in a time capsule and the person opening it at the other end or listening to it at the other end wouldn't be able to place when it was made, because to me, it's so sort of production, so futuristic in a way, Anyway, there you go.
Yeah. Classic track. If you could go back and relive one musical moment from your career, what would it be?
Oh my goodness, one musical moment. Probably first time that we played at Glastonbury, to be honest. It was when there weren't as many stages. It wasn't nearly as big as it is now. And we were in a real rush getting down there because our bass player had gone AWOL with a couple of Swedish girls who'd gone to one of our gigs in Sweden and they'd come over here. And anyway, and he made us really late. So we got into the site like about 20 minutes before we had to go on stage. So I didn't have time to get sort of nervous or anything. And when I came out on stage and saw this sea of people, it was like tens of thousands of people. It was breathtaking. And it just made me so happy. I was like, I see footage of me at that gig and I can tell I'm very happy. I'm really, really delighted.
I must have got up, see if there's any on YouTube.
Yeah, I do. What year was it again? See, what year was it? Was it 94? Might have been 94. I don't know.
So we're coming to the end of the year. So what's been your favourite album or song you've heard this year?
What's been my favourite this year? Ooh, there's a guy called Hilado Negro. He's American. And what's the name of the song? I'll tell you if I can find it. It's really good. He's an amazing character. You should watch the video. He's really into visuals and stuff. That's kind of what he studied, and music is almost secondary to the visual stuff. He looks incredible. What's it called? The chorus goes, "I just want to wake up with you." But what's it actually called? That might be what it's called. Anyway, you'll have to look it up. His name is Hilado Negro, Helado Negro, Negro. And the song, the chorus is, "I just want to wake up with you." But I can't remember what the song.
I will look that up.
Yeah, look it up. It's brilliant. And watch the video. Amazing.
Okay, that's us done. Sarah, is there anything you would like to mention that's coming up in the immediate future? Or do you want to tell the fans where they can get the new album?
Yeah, so this album, I can't remember when it's actually going to be in the shops. It's going to be in sort of independent shops and stuff. And the fan base got it first, kind of thing. So they've been shipped out to the fan base. And then, that we're concentrating on finishing off this other album that's coming out in the summer. That's sort of the focus at the moment. That and Santa,
Santa. Yep. Well, I hope you have a lovely Christmas.
And you too.
I really enjoyed. That's one ticked off. Sarah Cracknell.
Sarah Cracknell, who can't remember anything ever.
No, I always loved everything that the band does. So it's amazing to speak to you, and I wish you all the best with the new album. I've been really enjoying it. I'll be playing it. It's completely dark outside, and it's pissing down rain, and I have to go out in the car, so it'll be going on again. Just to calm me down.
Perfect. It's not exactly going to cheer you up, but hey, it might. Well, I don't know. Mate,
it just gives me a good, nice buzz, relaxing buzz.
That's great.
Okay, sir. Well, have a good weekend and have a good Christmas. And thank you very much for taking the time. My
pleasure.
To do this.
Nice to talk to you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oops. Oh.